Imagine this. You're a young man. You've lost your home, lost your real name, but you have not lost your faith. Now take a step back and look at your life. What if someone said, "Hey, come live with us? We'll give you everything you could ever want. Name it, we'll claim it." And then they hand you a credit card and say, "Here, take all that you desire." So you leave your home and you move into the most powerful empire in the world, Babylon. How do you survive in a place where there are idols everywhere, where everyone is looking to build their own kingdom, where people think that they are God? That's exactly what happened to Daniel and his 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And today we're going to learn how they survived so that we can survive our modern Babylons. Welcome to the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Now let's dive into today's topic. 1. Babylon, the empire of seduction. Babylon was a place of splendor, gold, and glory, but it was also a cesspool of evil gods and evil ambitions. In many ways, ancient Babylon was like today's Babylon, Hollywood, Wall Street, social media. Babylon's true power wasn't its armies. It was its ability to seduce people into forgetting their roots. Just look around you. How many Jews are assimilated into the culture, no longer able to speak Hebrew, no longer keeping the law of Moses? Babylon's specialty is making you forget who you are. 2. Daniel's first stand: food, purity, and identity. Daniel refused to eat the food that was sacrificed to idols. He chose vegetables and water. Daniel understood that maintaining his identity began with small decisions. Today, young Americans are fighting against a culture of addiction, pleasure, and compromise. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "Oh, that doesn't matter. That's just white noise. I'll just do my own thing." But it's the little things that make up faithfulness. Don't fall into the common mistake of thinking that little things don't matter. No. 3. Faith in the fire. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow before a golden statue. They chose to walk into the fiery furnace, trusting that God would deliver them. In the same way, Christians today can find themselves in the fires of ancient Babylon in today's public fire. Think about peer pressure, cancel culture, the fear of being alone, the fear of being rejected. It's easy to conform to the world's standards and give in to the pressure to compromise. But true faith doesn't burn in the fire. It burns brighter in the fire. Faithful Americans may lose their jobs, their reputation, but that's when their testimony shines the brightest. 4. Daniel in the lion's den, the cost of prayer. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den simply because he prayed. In the same way, Babylon can touch our bodies, but it cannot touch our spirits. Prayer is a weapon that Babylon can never defeat. Too often Christians underestimate the power of prayer rather than using it as a shield and a sword. Remember, true power is not in the throne room, but in kneeling before God. 5. Wisdom above Babylon. When King Nebuchadnezzar had a troubled dream, he called upon Daniel, the god of the exiles, to interpret it. The magicians could not explain the vision, but Daniel did. Babylon boasted great wisdom, but compared to God's wisdom, it was foolishness. And just like then, today, knowledge, technology, and even AI cannot replace spiritual insight. People living in modern Babylon need to hear God's voice more than the crowd's noise. 6. Surviving our modern Babylon. Babylon is not just an empire of the past. It's a shadow that falls across every generation. For Americans, Babylon comes through materialism, technology addiction, and the destruction of godly values. Too often, people think, "I can worship God and follow Babylon at the same time." But that's a dangerous delusion. Like Daniel, you must be decisive. Choose who is the true king of your life. Don't let another day pass without making that choice. And that brings us to the conclusion. Daniel survived not just because of his wisdom, but because of his faithfulness to God. In the book of Daniel, we see how one man and his 3 friends survived in a world much like ours today. When we choose holiness over sin, truth over lies, and God over the world, we become like Daniel, children of the Most High God, surviving and thriving in our modern Babylon. Now here's my question for you. If you were standing in the middle of Babylon, would you kneel before the king of the world, or would you continue to pray to God? Let me know by leaving a comment below. If you decide to keep your faith like Daniel, write, "I will stand firm." And if you want more believers to stand firm, please hit that like button and invite others to join this movement of holy living in a chaotic world. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.